It seems like every year, we are treated to the hype train firing up again and proclaiming another teenage phenom, the next Usain Bolt. In 2025, that teenage star was Gout Gout. Coming into the year having just broken Bolt's world best time for a 16-year-old over 200 metres, it looked like the sky was the limit for Gout. Having already run 10.17 for 100 metres and 20.04 over 200 metres as a 16-year-old, 2025 was supposed to be the year that the kid from Brisbane broke the 10-second and 20-second barriers before establishing himself on the world stage at the World Championships in Tokyo. But in the end, it was a case of so close, yet so far, for Gout. Excitement reached fever pitch at the Australian Championships in April, but he was denied his sub-10 and sub-20 by illegal tailwinds. The hype followed him to Europe, where he did knock 0.02 seconds off his 200-metre PB in Ostrava, but then despite being fancied to make the final at the World Championships in September, he was soundly beaten in the semis, as the professionals delivered blazing fast times to deny him the fairy tale end to his 17th year. But throughout all of that, a very similar talent was quietly making his case to be known as the biggest teenage prospect in sprinting. Divine Iheme from the UK was 15 throughout this season, celebrating his 16th birthday on October the 1st, and built on setting the fastest 100-metre time ever by a 14-year-old last year, with some impressive performances this year. While he didn't quite manage to maintain his streak and bag the fastest ever 100-metre time for a 15-year-old, with that accolade remaining with Jamaican Sachin Dennis, who ran 10.20 back in 2018, he did improve his PB slightly over 100 metres, and crucially, showed far more potential by bringing his 60 metres and 200 metre PBs down much further. He opened his season back in January, showing remarkably well-developed technique for one so young, with an impeccable start and smooth drive phase firing him to a world best for a 15-year-old over 60 metres, running 6.71 seconds in front of no fans at Lee Valley, beating a record that had stood since Jamie Samuels back in 2002. After a bit of time off, he returned in the summer, running consistent 10.3s and 10.4s in the 100, easily winning the English Under-18 Championships before shaving a little off his PB in August with a 10.29. He also lowered his PB in the 200 metres down to 21.28, showing he has the complete package of sprinting tools and setting himself up for another big year in 2026. The parallels with Gout are clear. Both were born into immigrant families trying to make their way in Britain and Australia respectively, and were brought up on a steady diet of different sports before finding their way into running later and focusing on sprinting from the age of 12 or 13. But their styles are different enough to suggest they could both coexist very well in the future, while offering up some spectacular clashes. Iheme has been coached by his mum, herself a national level sprinter in Nigeria in the early 2000s, and it shows in his powerful starts and smooth style. His 60-metre time is already significantly quicker than Gout's, despite being 2 years his junior, and while he still looks slim compared to adult sprinters, he is still very muscular for a 15 or 16-year-old. By comparison, Gout is tall and wiry, not yet managing to develop an explosive start, but his stride length contributes to his most devastating weapon, his top-end speed. During his 19.84 run with an only slightly illegal plus 2.2 metres a second tailwind at the Australian Championships this year, the second 100 metres of his 200 metre race was clocked at 9.31. 9.31? Only 4 athletes in history have ever gone faster at the end of a 200 metre race, and they are the best to ever do it. Michael Johnson, Johan Blake, Noah Lyles, and Usain Bolt himself. In some ways then, Gout can still be judged to have the edge in terms of potential, as if he can improve his start, he already has greatest of all time level top speed to complement it, but that is far from guaranteed. Iheme has the full package already, so it is possible that with more time he will move ahead of Gout. 2026 is going to be huge for seeing how he is tracking against Gout and against other young stars of the sport. To reclaim his age-grade 100-meter record, he would have to break 10 seconds, as Japanese high schooler Sarato Shimizu ran 10.00 as a 16-year-old this year. That would require a big jump and favourable conditions. Shimizu's record benefited from a plus 1.7 metres a second tailwind, and Japan is a lot warmer than the UK. But breaking Gout's mark of 10.17 at the same age, which still stands as the Australian's PB, is definitely achievable. It will require a lot more to approach Gout's mark in the 200 metres. The 20.04 Gout ran, aged 16, is faster even than Bolt himself at the same age. But that won't be the goal for Iheme. He talks about the 60 metres and 200 metres in the context of improving his 100 metres, and a sub-21 second 200 would be enough to show that he's still on the right track towards sprinting stardom. And that path might just bring the two of them into competition with one another for the first time next summer. The World Athletics Under-20 Championships will take place in Eugene, Oregon, between the 5th and 9th of August, and Iheme could line up for the first time. With Gout beaten into silver in the 200 metres by South African prospect Bayanda Walaza last time in Peru, he will likely be back and looking for revenge. If we do see them line up in the same race in Oregon, it could be the first taste of what will hopefully develop into an enticing rivalry in the future. The world of junior sprinting really is so exciting right now, with Gout, Iheme, Shimizu, and even others such as American Christian Miller challenging age-grade marks from the greats of the sport in recent years. Whether this translates into these young guns challenging Bolt's records in the senior ranks remains to be seen, but one thing is for certain: we are going to see more and more amazing performances as all of their careers progress. And now, I'd like to pass it over to you. Who do you think will develop into the bigger sprinting star, Gout or Iheme? And will they be ready to challenge on the world stage by the next Olympics in 2028? Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe to catch more breakdowns throughout the off-season and into next year, and see you in the next one.